Hello, everyone. We are thrilled to be preparing for what promises to be an exciting spring season where we will be adding Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Overwatch 2 to the WEC. But before we dive into spring season and upcoming changes, just want to take a moment to thank everyone who participated in our fall season. Looking back, we feel immense pride in the competitions we were able to create, excitement around the opportunities for improvement, and we are grateful to have had so many teams join us for our inaugural season. Thank you all. Now, looking ahead to the spring season and beyond, we're focusing on several key improvements for the WEC. When evaluating potential changes, our top three priorities are: one, increased emphasis on competitive balance; two, expansion of LAN opportunities; and three, communication and student feedback. We highly value student feedback and want to provide a better platform for students to weigh in. To accomplish this, we are introducing a Student Advisory Board, referred to as SAB. Members of the SAB will be nominated by a program director/leader and will serve as trusted voices of the program with special access in Discord and to meetings where they can learn about potential changes before they go live and offer feedback. They will work alongside their director and be seen as the student voice of that program. So directors and students, you can start thinking of who would be best to represent your program, and we will send directions of submitting your nomination before the season starts. For league communication as a whole, we are committed to continuing to communicate as frequently and thoroughly as possible. One method we felt worked well in the fall was our YouTube video summaries, which we posted in Discord with supporting text and imagery. So you can expect to see us build on the strategy with this video as a good but longer example. In addition, future commissioner update videos will include a QA segment where directors and members of the SAB can offer immediate feedback and ask questions. Now let's discuss a significant change for the spring season around divisions. For 2025, in spring, we will have one division for all teams. The intentions behind this adjustment include: one, we felt the D1 experience from the fall season was ideal for WEC teams, and we want to extend that experience to all teams. This includes better social coverage, stream representation, and inclusion in LANs for all. Number two, from an operational perspective, this change will make registration and league management much easier, freeing up staff time to focus on other areas. Three, as a result of this, we can focus more on each individual region, allowing more teams and players across the state to compete for a trophy and qualify for awards like all region teams, making up for what was otherwise lost by removing Division 2. And number four, this format ensures the fairest possible schedule for all teams. With one division, teams will be able to play any team of a similar skill level, which I will expand more as we discuss the new regular season format. For the schedule, based on feedback from end of season surveys and conversations with teams after the state championship, two key points became clear. One, 2 games per week, every week in the regular season was just too difficult to commit to. And number two, opportunities to compete at LAN events is a priority. With that in mind, we're revising the schedule. The first 4 weeks will be known as the ELO split. During this time, there will be only one match per week, with Super Smash Bros. On Wednesdays and Overwatch on Thursdays. Matchups will be determined by pairing schools with the most similar skill level to them, ensuring the most fair matchups possible in terms of ranks. This will span from February 12th to March 6th. We are prioritizing matching skill over regionality. However, we will use regionality as a tiebreaker if multiple options of opponents are similar in ranking. We will announce how we will handle Smash rankings in a different post. We will then take a 2-week break to allow for all schools' spring breaks and opportunities for reschedules. After a 2-week break for spring breaks and reschedules, the last 2 weeks of the season will feature 2 matches per week, with Super Smash Bros. On Monday and Wednesday, and Overwatch on Tuesday and Thursday. This block will be known as the semi-Swiss split, with matchups being determined by overall win-loss record at the midpoint of the season. These 4 matchups would be released shortly after the first split concluded. We want to communicate these ahead of time to allow for help with the reschedules around spring break, as academic calendars vary widely there. This scheduling format, along with the decision to have a single division, ensures that all matches are as fair as possible, addressing the top issue we faced last fall in several key ways. First, reducing the number of games was crucial. In the fall, teams played 11 matches, but there isn't a team in the state that could have a fair match against 11 different opponents. The sheer number of games was unmanageable, and there weren't enough teams at a similar skill level to accommodate that many matchups. Secondly, by eliminating multiple divisions, we can provide fair matchups for every team. Divisions can be beneficial, but they do create imbalances, particularly for the teams at the top and bottom. With a single division, the ELO and semi-Swiss splits allow us to match teams more fairly, drawing from the entire league. Lastly, prioritizing skill level over regionality was an obvious choice, especially after seeing the results from the early weeks of fall. Altogether, these accomplish our overall goal of ensuring that every matchup is as fair as possible. This change reduces the total number of regular season games down to 8, with each match still starting at the default 6 p.m. The schedules will be released on Monday, February 10th. Now to regionals. Our biggest goal for regional lands is to have more teams and more matches. With the change to a single division, we'll be able to invite even more teams to LAN. Our goal is to include all teams, but we'll have a very clear picture of that once final registration numbers come in and geographical distribution of teams are determined. Similarly, regions won't be finalized until a couple weeks of competition have passed, ensuring a fair spread of skill and team quantity. Regions for some teams will be obvious given location, but we will wait until after the season starts to lock the rest of the teams in. Additionally, we were very happy with how regional lands went in the fall, but we would like to increase guaranteed competition to beyond 1 match per day. For all LAN events, regional and state, we will prioritize each team competing in at least 2 matches per day against different opponents. More details on this will come later in the season. Another change we're excited to make is to drastically expand play-ins. This season, we are expanding the play-in rounds to offer teams that didn't win their regional more opportunities to qualify for the state championship. We'll have multiple rounds of play-ins with up to 4 additional teams from each region having a chance to fight for spots at state. This also helps account for any skill disparities across regions. Play-in matches will take place over 4 nights between April 26th and the 22nd, and the exact number of teams involved will depend on registration and regions. Lastly, all of these changes lead us to what will be a bigger and better state championship. We're aiming for more teams, more games, more raffle prizes, and more hype than ever before. While all of these changes are specific to the spring season, we hope they will be successful and implemented in future seasons as well. If you have any questions, please use the appropriate feedback channels in Discord. We're excited to make the spring semester the best it can be, and we appreciate you being part of it. Thank you.